What's up, everybody? My name is Wallo, and I'm the professional fact spitter, certified gem dropper, and world class dot connector. And welcome to another episode of Game Plan TV. Guys, I'm excited, man. I'm excited today. There's a lot of stuff happening in this blockchain digital asset world that is absolutely mind blowing. Um, it's so crazy how massive this stuff is, and yet less than 1% of the world actually knows what's going on, because less than 1% of the world is actually invested in blockchain or in the digital asset space. So, the first thing we're going to take a look at, first of all, actually, before we even look at stuff, this is not financial advice. I'm just a professional fact splitter, certified gem dropper, world class dot connector, and we're going to help you navigate through this blockchain world. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing we're going to look at is massive. Quite a few crazy things happened this week, and with the media as well, how the media played it out. Like, there were just so many things that I was like, there's no way that this can be a coincidence. And I'm going to take you through some of the things that happened in and around the same time before we got this crazy Bitcoin pump. Well, the whole cryptocurrency market just took off to the top. So, Goldman Sachs has applied for a DeFi and blockchain ETF, right? An exchange traded fund, right? And if we actually go into the article and take a look, um, Goldman Sachs has actually been clearing and settling cryptocurrency exchange traded products in Europe, right? They've been doing this for a while, and on Monday they made a application to the SEC for a crypto ETF. But what's special about this ETF is because all the other guys like to apply for ETFs that are only Bitcoin based or Ethereum based, right? This is going to be the first ETF that is decentralized finance and blockchain. So they're going to get access to way more than uh, Bitcoin or just Ethereum, right? Decentralized finance is the new way of banking, and if the banks don't adapt, they'll die. And this is exactly what looks like is happening right now. It looks like Goldman Sachs is starting to adapt and change the way they move. So this is absolutely wild. And the crazy thing is, they're planning to offer this ETF exposure to publicly traded companies, right? Now, here's something that will go over many people's heads. The decentralized not the decent public companies, right? These are companies that are traded on public exchanges, right? If you take a look at the stock market, this is the global market cap of the stock market, is currently 89 trillion. 89 trillion, guys, right? The crypto market itself isn't even worth anywhere near that. If we take a look, the current crypto market cap, the total market cap is only sitting at 1.4 trillion. Let's just say 10% of that 89 trillion came in. Now I lost my tab. Let's just say 10% of of this 89 trillion came in. All right, 10%. How much would that be? 8.9 trillion? 8.9 trillion had to enter the crypto space. What do you think's going to happen to these prices? That's just 10% of the stock market. And I don't think, obviously, 10% is a lot. 8.9 trillion just flowing into the crypto just like that. But it's a start. It's a start. And these guys are basically showing you what's happening. Goldman Sachs is one of the biggest banks in the US, right? And I'm going to show you what another bank is also up to. JP Morgan offers crypto fund access to wealthy clients, right? They're offering crypto products for the first time to their wealthy clients after the CEO, Jamie Dimon, basically said, no, Bitcoin is absolutely trash, it's a scam. And he even threatened to fire his employees for investing in Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin. If they were trading Bitcoin on the bank's behalf, he'd fire them. Right? Now, the same guy, the same CEO of JP Morgan, is now allowing funds, cryptocurrency funds, to their wealthy clients, right? That means they've been accumulating this whole time. It can only mean that because you can't sell something you don't have. If not that, then this is the only other way. Oh, it's actually here through grayscale investments, right? So they're basically buying the grayscale shares, and they did this on July 19th, right? Now I want to take you to a chart because you guys know I like to track media and track what's happening with the media. If we go and take a look at this Bitcoin chart with all my media announcements, there's a number of funny things that have been happening here. So the announcement was made on the 26th, right? But obviously announcements are made after things actually happen, right? Goldman Sachs has already been uh, supplying ETFs, exchange traded funds in Europe. They've applied to the SEC for a blockchain and DeFi ETF, and JP Morgan, and they did this more or less at the same time. But JP Morgan did this on July 19th. So if we just dial it back just a couple of days, and the positive news always comes after the fact. This is something that I noticed that was there, that was in there, right? It always comes after the fact, and it's something that's quite interesting because a lot of people have been saying no, stay away. We had all this negative news here while the markets started tanking, and now all of a sudden the news is positive, and look at how the market's responding, right? Another thing we should pay attention to is this Tesla Bitcoin buy for 1.5 billion, 3.4 $34,700. That that's that was Elon's buy. That's where he bought at. That's his price buy, right? He sold 10% at a much higher price, around 55,000 per coin. He sold 10% of his Bitcoin holdings for about 270 million, and he made 100 million profit, right? So majority of his position was underwater here. Now, what do you think they were doing? While all the media outlets were pumping all this nonsense, only for us, once the price has already pumped, for JP Morgan to have offered things to their clients. This is the right date. Yeah, to have offered things to their clients, and for Goldman Sachs to be applying for blockchain and decentralized finance ETFs. Something is fishy here, super, super, super fishy, right? And I think from now, as we go on now, we're just going to we're going to get a campaign from the media about how crypto is just amazing, right? Because the big boys have loaded up. The big boys have loaded up and they're ready to go. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys. Not financial advice, just dot connecting and looking at how all these big boys are doing these things, right? And if we don't act accordingly, you might find yourself left behind and completely wrecked. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we don't want, because a lot of the Goldman Sachs um, family offices, they did a survey, um, and on that survey they basically showed that a lot of the family offices, up to 40% of them, were considering investing in cryptocurrencies because of currency debasement, right? Currency debasement has also been top of mind for about 40% of global respondents, with more than 40% of the subset indicating they would consider investing in digital assets, right? Purchasing money, fiat currencies are losing purchasing power, especially in emerging economies, which is where I stay, where I live. The purchasing power of the rand is constantly on the decline. You're able to buy less and less year on year, and we need to find a better way to do things. Otherwise, it's going to become extremely difficult to survive. And if a lot of these banks and these big boys are doing this, we also need to hop on board and understand how they're moving, how they're manipulating the masses with the media, and how you can take full advantage of information that's basically available to us. You know what I'm saying? These are professional facts and certified gems. And we just did some world class dot connecting. So, guys, pay attention to what's happening in the space. Go do your own research. Find out what's going on with decentralized finance. What is blockchain? Go get those things because it's going to affect everybody. It doesn't matter what industry you're from. you are going to be affected. You know, so that's what pay some close attention, man. I'm trying to do the best I can. World class dot connecting. All right, guys, check you on the next episode. Peace.